welcome back to another fun sighting session of Borks in the North. Apologies for the late start, but I was watching a movie and then I needed to eat because I hadn't done so for over half a day. Which is not healthy for not eating. Regardless. When last we left off, you handled diplomacy correctly and got the Ashenholds to buckle to your demands.
Yay!
And then you went underwater.
Yay!
You drop down into this beautiful underwater city. The water is warm and comfortable.
Mm.
There are fish people, and people riding fish, and people riding fish people.
Oh my.
There are a number of water fae. There are a much larger number of aquatic elves. And you're staying in what seems to be more like some kind of reverse fish tank.
Guy.
What you might call a people tank.
Mm.
A humanitarian.
Humanitarium, yes.
Humanitarian.
That's pretty great.
That's pretty good.
Pausing to drink water because really fucking dying. Disgusting council pop. And I believe when we left off, you were all interested in going shopping for stuff, and looking around for things and whatnot.
Oh yeah, you know it.
You know, gotta faff around some more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. This is the place to get seaweed clothing, coral weaponry, precious gems, and residium.
So, how much for like residium to make like a rare accessory or whatever?
How much residium, sorry?
Yeah, like how much would we have to pay to get like that amount of residium for like a rare level accessory or whatever, or a magic item?
That's a good fucking question. Let us consult. To get to rare stuff. About 1,000 gold's worth of residium will get you pretty decent rare stuff.
Wonderful. So that's let's see, divided by 10. That's 100 platinum.
Okay. Yeah. Platinum is pretty. Well, I mean, it's not a rare thing to use for the trading of hands and the residium mines and such down here. Yeah, when you're, in this location, they have beautiful market stalls and, little underwater operations going on. And you can see that there are, there's like basically little wooden poles that are keeping recently quote-unquote caught fish and prepared fish, like, down against these platters so that they can be, purchased and not float the fuck away. But the residium itself is inside a building of old elven stone, wrapped in kind with like faintly glowing ivy and seaweed. And there's a relatively matronly-looking aquatic elf stood behind the counter who has these like crystalline enclosures and structures, and you can like almost feel a little bit dizzy stepping in there just because there's just this potent magic all over the fucking room. And yeah, you can buy 100 platinums worth of residium, and that's enough to make a decently quality rare piece of equipment.
Ooh, what's this shiny sparkly?
Nice.
It is like residium powder, but it's being suspended in a crystalline structure that's cheaper than residium. Doesn't have any threat of allowing random passing magic to degrade its quality or solubility in various magics. It is pretty and blessedly inert.
Oh yeah,
At least until, you grind the crystal, and then the residium is far heavier than the crystal. And simply put, you just separate them. So you are given this, probably crystal the size of 2 thumbs pressed together, and you can see that there is, sparkling deep blue and floating within its structure and held, well, let's say floating, suspended, sorry, in the structure.
I want it. I want some.
It's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I want one. I'm gonna make a net. I'm gonna make an earring out of it. It's really nice.
If you want enough for an earring, do you care about the purity level of the residium in it?
Will it be less sparkly and pretty?
Not technically, no. There is just, less pure and less quality residiums that are suspended. They are the kinds that, although it still appears in reasonable quantities, only makes up, common or uncommon goods. And you hear that thing, you get a pouch of residium, you think, that's weird. Shouldn't pure residium be, a couple of grains? It depends on the purity.
Okay, I want to make an earring.
Okay. So yeah, you can probably spend 150 gold for a large enough crystal sample.
So how much?
About 150 gold, you'll get a large enough crystal sample to make jewelry from.
Okay. I'm also gonna get a chunk of the nice stuff or something later, maybe. I want to make something really cool.
Yeah.
Could I, if I got enough of the lower grade, could I make a sculpture out of it? A little figurine.
That would be pretty expensive, not gonna lie.
That would be the best figurine.
Let's see here. How large of a figurine?
3 inches, maybe? A suggestion?
The size of maybe the size of a fist.
About a fist-sized chunk of lower grade residium. Still run you about 500 gold. It might make you an uncommon good, usually a common magical good. But it's also a very large chunk of residium, which has its own natural potencies to it.
I mean, there is one uncommon figurine of wondrous power. Or is there a couple? It's either one very rare or one uncommon. One of the two.
Wondrous power. Let's see here. There are none that are common. There is a silver raven that's uncommon. Everything else is rare and up.
I knew it.
Let's see. You can say these things out loud, Jeanette.
No. I was just replying to save.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah, your don't commit genocide sense as a tingling.
That's a good sense to live by.
What, you thought I was going to use that on people? Are you insane? Would Thyri do something like that?
Maybe.
Shut up. No.
I feel like she could be pushed into it, which is the most concerning
I
part.
was thinking about using it to blow
As a
open
deterrent, obviously.
using it to blow open a passage through the mountains,
No.
you assholes.
You see the oh.
Oh wow, the silver
I'm
raven's
sorry,
pretty neat.
It's kind of hard to tell with you sometimes, Sam. Sometimes you go full swap onto that, and sometimes
Gets a
you
little
don't.
bit manglery. Hedra rubbing off on you.
Know, actually, okay. So this is Anna would actually wait. Would Anna think of an idea this crazy and weird?
Probably.
Would you
Also, I
put
like
the
that for you to
pieces
have your weird
together?
conversation, you both have to be like holding onto each other's like tips of speaking telekinetic pens. So it's
Yeah.
like that's the least subtle conversation ever.
But would I be able to put the pieces together, though?
Is there a list of what this place has in its shops, or?
It's got a lot of the generic adventuring equipment, except the weaponry tends to have the quality of being coral. Coral.
Coral. Definitely got to pick us
Oh.
up that coral stuff, just in case we have any kind of fights underwater.
Yep. Coral weaponry ignores the water resistance and ignores mundane magical armor. The precious gems here are the easiest ones to source for the reagents and magical items and spells. So, wherever it's like, use a gem of such and such quality, it would probably be about 80% of the cost if you were to get the source those gems from here.
Oh, cool! I can get that diamond for my
Is there a
chromatic orb.
coral crossbow? Because if not, I
Well,
don't need
You
it.
can get coral bolts for your crossbow.
I will buy coral bolts for my crossbow. I will mark off. How much more expensive are they than regular bolts?
Same price.
I will just mark off.
I think that they don't deal in silver. I can't remember the price of bolts. Sorry, they don't deal in copper.
Everything is at least a silver, I think.
Anyone care if I sell two
You know,
acidic
metals
spurs
that
for
aren't going to rust.
Crossbow bolts. Yeah, why do they only have the weight on this? My god.
If you're buying crossbow bolts from a shop, then it's 20. A quiver of 20 is the received amount.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the price.
A good question.
Anyone care if I sell two acidic spurs for a
1 GP for 20. Acidic spurs for what?
two acidic spurs for 50 GP for a diamond for chromatic orb?
I don't care.
sure. No resources to craft anymore, so I don't care about any of our monster parts.
Of course. Okay, so you would like to start interacting with merchants. Now, you are something they've never seen before,
Work.
and to a lot of people, impossible.
Work.
To basically everyone, you are impossible. It's harder not to attract attention when you're, out there asking around.
Yeah. The theory is not going to try not to attract attention. She doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, can you give me a perception test, please?
Okay. Perception. Bloop.
You can't be entirely sure, but you every now and again you're feeling the eyes of someone on the back of your head, it's just a weird itching sensation. And then when you look over your shoulder, it's just normal crowds of people who are like, "What the fuck is that?"
Just a typical day for you.
Pretty much at this point. Think maybe at some point when we all convene for lunch back at the humanitarium, Thyri will grumble about feeling a little out of sorts and then put her disguise back on.
Aw, Thyri, you look so pretty though.
Oh, you're going back to the old look then?
Just for now, I get the feeling. I don't know. I don't think I'm making a good impression, as I am.
Now, there is the interesting fact if you're going to be moving around in water, and your disguised self doesn't displace you. So there will actually be... there's going to be a problem, I'm going to say, with disguised self working unless you literally size yourself up. And people will still be able to make tests because you've got, horns and a tail and shit like that all move and displace the water around your body. It would be kind of like you're
alter
very...
self?
Yeah, you have basically in the water you would have a very, very weird, squidgy, twice your size outline.
How long does polymorph last? Up to an hour. Alright. Can I polymorph myself into a commoner? Let's see, what
I
does it
don't
have to
know.
I'd say no.
Any beast. Oh, damn it. Okay, well,
Yeah.
that doesn't work.
I think it's true polymorph.
Hmm.
Oh man, that could have been some like goal from the very beginning of your things, just to find like some sort of super rare true polymorph spell to turn you to an actual human and not a tiefling.
Alright, let me look at some stuff here.
We all know man is the true beast.
Alright,
I mean, you did
gotta-
ask around while you were, there and learning from merchants and stuff. Would you like to give me a persuasion test? We'll just see how approachable you are to people.
Yeah, hold on. Before we do
Yeah,
that, I do
sure.
have one thing I want to do. Need to lose some of my precious gold, but that's okay. Alright, I'm going to cast a divination spell.
Okay.
And specifically, I am going to ask, does someone in this city mean me harm?
Perhaps. I know, not helpful.
Well, honestly, that's a different answer than no, so...
All I know is my gut says maybe.
Exactly, yeah. Born with a heart full of neutrality.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna drag Dastra and maybe, like, Cynthia or one of the others around with me while I go talk to these people.
Sure, okay.
What, you want the perception board to see if you're being spotted or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, like, nothing can hide her from Jeanette. The little pictures of, like, eyes and sigils and symbols and stuff on Jeanette's robe literally work like eyes to her, and she sees all when she wishes to.
That's
Best
horrifying.
Yep, the best part of the robe of eyes is in my head canon. The little pupils actually move around and look around to make it even cooler. Can that be a thing, Scout? Can I have that with my?
I cast darkness
Sure.
on Jeanette every time I see her from now on.
Well, it's a blue robe with gold painted eyes, and all the pupils move around constantly.
Fucking horrifying.
No, actually,
amazing.
that darkness would work really well for her since she can just easily see through it.
I can see
at
through
all
it.
times,
Yeah, that's fine. I just don't want to see it. It's fucking creepy.
Yeah, exactly.
no,
What I'm saying is like it works perfectly on her.
But yeah, would Cynthia mind accompanying Thyri while she gathers some information?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Excellent. Then yes, so you wanted to roll me to roll a persuade check?
Yeah, let's get a persuade check and see how, just approachable you make yourself.
All right. Now
Let's
I
say it's
have
with disadvantage, but you're also very attractive and have companions. So just cancel that. Oh. Awesome.
Thyri is way too nervous now.
Give
Can
me
I
a
just
brief moment.
Oh,
Can I
Your,
try
oh,
and
no.
mitigate
your
some of the damage with
neuroses
this?
is showing.
One moment. Uh,
man, the dice are still just snowballing from last night.
it's,
Oh, those dice. Oh,
a good sign when I say create new page.
Oh dear. Gonna get lynched.
You know, it's even worse. We can't even just say that we're sorry. It's not that easily. We have to have them hold on to the end of their end of the
Yeah,
stick.
they have to hold the stick of apology.
I think I'm
Can
gonna
I
go-
kowtow?
Dogeza.
Whoops.
Okay, let's just get you here.
And Anna stands a random bystander.
No, it was an accident. I didn't mean to hit
Yeah,
that.
it was an
I
accent.
Gear. I wanted to hit the gear.
Okay, let me just grab the three of you.
It's a pity about Sheriff
There should
Fishman.
have been
It
three
was 2
people,
days
not
from
two.
retirement.
Try that again.
Wait, how much does Anna fit in with all her tentacles?
Pretty well, all told. She's probably never fit in more. There are people with tentacles all over the fucking place around here. Admittedly, there's like more octopedal, but you know.
Okay, I'm gonna ask one of them. I'm gonna ask one of them if I can hug them.
Can I ask if you can have hugs with them? Give me a persuade test. I was just expecting a crit to happen.
Me too.
I assume I can't really have my familiar out here since...
I mean, you could resummon your familiar as an aquatic creature.
That's true! Alright, Prosper, you are now a fish.
He's a flying fish.
Blub blub.
Well, you're gonna want to make him an amphibian so he can go into the little air bubble place.
Obviously, he should be like a little baby snapping crocodile.
Yes. Alright, excellent. I now have a little tiny croc.
Yay.
The only picture I have is the Adarak, but it'll do.
Excellent.
Oop, shit, I sure did put him in the
Map layer.
map layer.
Good old beaver crocodile.
Beaver dial.
Old-
Croc fur.
There you go, you should have control of them.
Excellent.
It reminds me of my sword, the Beaver Cleaver. That was a good sword.
That's a pretty great name for a sword or two.
What?
The first time I played D&D was in high school. We were playing 2nd edition because my math teacher was a huge fucking nerd, because of course he was. And I named my sword the Beaver Cleaver, and I don't think he ever caught on the double entendre.
Let's see.
The badger deck. Jesus.
The badger deck. But no, Beaver is also slang for
The
boobs
Vaguter.
and it's pretty great.
So yeah, like all these little orange squares are like open, quote unquote, open air markets.
Good old civilian rich.
Yep. And I can't bother to go. There are merchants stood underneath all these stalls. These are the innocent bystanders. Now, would all of you like to please make for me a perception test?
Oh, you know I would.
Disadvantage.
Well, it looks like it's just regular for me then.
Which will still be a huge number, I'm sure. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Alright.
Master, come on. You can do it. I believe in you. I know.
Okay.
Oh god, it's a combat.
Possibly. More like I just kind of need you all initiative. If you could kindly quickly roll that, that would be sweet.
Okay.
Wait, not me, right?
Nope, just these three. They're the ones who
Okay.
went out while you're all like looking at fancy magical bullshit.
I was sorry, I was only half paying attention and I heard roll initiative.
That
I
happens
just
to me a
That'll-
lot.
wanted
that'll
to talk
wake you
about food.
I was
So-
actually looking at food right now.
I was
Looking
trying to
at
determine
what
the
I wanted
rarity
to
of the-
order from Grubhub. Okay.
I was trying to determine the rarity of an accessory with a 3rd level spell on it.
When did I buy Assassin's Creed Black Flag?
You got it for free
Ooh.
on Ubisoft Store.
Oh! I must have been very drunk.
So do you think that'd be rare, Scow?
Oh, what spell, sorry?
Hypnotic pattern.
Does Hypnotic Pattern itself already have a built-in reagent to it? Let's have a look at Hypnotic Pattern. 3rd level illusion, a glowing stick of incense or a crystal vial filled with phosphorant material. Only momentary.
That sounds like nipple rings with little baubles on them.
Okay. I suppose, yeah, you could call that a rare.
'Cause we'd need the residium for it, I think.
Just gonna pick a random token to be some kind of shadowy unknown figure. It'll work.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
So,
no.
before you even notice this individual, they will have gotten to there.
Eep.
Astra notices this person. Well, sorry, Cynthia actually noticed her on the approach. You were the only one unsurprised by them, and really the only one to have noticed. This individual is an elf, and they are wearing a cape of black dyed seaweed by the looks of it. Hangs to their mostly nude form as they swim by on a fishy tail. With a fishy tail, even. However, in this person's hand appears to be a slender purse, and a glint of metal is coming from it.
Huh. Okay. What to do? Well, I will try to not give, but had to stick out and try to get Thyri to take it for a moment and try to warn her a little bit. We got somebody kind of close by coming up on us.
Blurb, blurb, blurb.
Yeah, you have to,
That's
put
why I
the pen
said
into
this.
hand.
That's why I said the stick.
Yep.
Nice. Can you just press it to somebody and make them hear you, or do they have?
They do have to grip it between their thumb and finger.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess if I can take it, I will. But...
Yeah. It's not difficult for her to just put it towards your hand, and you just pinch.
And then once more, in theory, will just turn around.
Sure. You see much the same figure, although their potential threat doesn't really arrive to your eyes. They appear to be a pretty pale aquatic elven woman in a cloak of seaweed.
Okay. Theory will blurble a hello.
Sure. Okay then. Don't worry about any of these, by the way.
Yeah, sure. Don't
I'm
worry about
definitely not worried about them.
Not worried about those. Although, to be fair, it doesn't really matter whether the number is high or low. You would swear that something is being pressed into your hand. Not puncturing to cut you off there, but someone is passing something off into your hand.
Oh, okay. Theory will look down.
Well, that's terrible etiquette. You're looking directly down at it when it's passed off to you.
Does Theory look like she's fucking subtle?
No, this is very true. So it's pressed into your hand, and everything's fine, obviously.
I mean, is there anything there, I guess?
Yes, an object has been placed in your hand. It looks like maybe a 5-inch tube of thin metal. And you can see there is a tiny inscription engraved into it.
Let's just send their regards.
Does it strike me as magic?
Arcana test?
Sure.
I mean, it looks elven more than magical.
Okay, yeah, Theory'll look at it and look at the woman being like, blub, blub, what's that?
Yeah. In fact, you know what? She will actually, pause mid-swim away and actually scowl at you in irritation before then moving more quickly away. And you would swear they seem concerned.
Okay.
Good job.
Alright.
That was weird.
Theory will just look at the object in her hands and try to figure out what the fuck this is.
Right. Can I make an intelligence test for Astra to stop you from, totally spooning this completely?
Sure. Come on, Astra, keep your naive ass mother from... Oh, no.
No, she does not stop you from just being like, oh, I wonder what this is!
I get Theory's not like that. She'll just kind of, glance down at her shit. And you're like, huh?
Yeah, it looks like a tiny messenger's tube. The kind that you might, like, put onto some kind of relatively large bird, perhaps.
Oh,
Or
okay.
have it, like, hold between two legs. Or in this case, presumably they put them on fish down here.
I see. Yes, of course. Thyri will give it to Prosper.
Okay. Yep, and Prosper will hold it. God, if it was still Titian, he'd be like, are you fucking high? That was the worst handoff I've ever seen.
The worst.
Subtle, shadowy figure, like, scoots on by, and then that just, huh? Okay, cool.
It's almost like you shouldn't hand shit off to people who aren't expecting it.
She handed off to an adventurer, to be fair. There is a certain expectation for them to be like, just roll with the fucking punches of weird.
I mean, yeah, you have two sides.
You have a reputation.
Yeah, I do. It's eventually going to become a reputation of I am not subtle at all. Lost that character trait. Alright, well, I don't know if that's paper in there or what, so Thyri will keep it closed for now. And continue
keep
with...
it closed for now, you mean?
What?
Prosper will keep it closed for now, you mean? You're
Yes.
now holding it?
Yes. Prosper will keep it in his little beaver face.
Yep.
And yeah, Thyri will continue about her business, I guess.
Sure. And I mean, it's pleasant enough. It's hard to make conversation with people, and you have to keep like extending your pen towards them to ask. Let's see here. Cynthia and Astra can both try persuasion tests as well. See if they have a little bit more luck. You are quite intimidating.
Aww.
Yeah. Although they're both also fluffy, they don't have like, wicked curling horns or glowing eyes of evil.
We're the good kind of fluffy.
Should have put my goddamn disguise on.
Subtle no. Fantastic liar, yes.
Yes. As long as nobody calls me on my lies, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Down here, like, a farming culture, which is kind of admittedly quite rare topside, because there is some, like, farmable cattle, but not masses of animals that are suitable for it. Not in large amounts, and they would only be on, like, variously small fields and outcroppings. Indeed, there's usually tends to be, like, a better farming in the, like, a fucking Black Isles than there are in this area, just because food is already prepared.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they apparently operate what it would be considered like three-dimensional pens for fish farming.
I see.
They have like these large enclosures made of like just tied together like reeds and woods and such that are tied to loops, great like iron loops in the ground, keep them from going. And from there, then it's just, typical farming business. As for like liquids for drinking, not massively a requirement for them, especially since it's awkward to do so, but obviously they all like to eat. Fish is the primary diet. There are some underwater vegetation that is quite suitable for eating. Some are quite rubbery, and when prepared, they're sort of a tuberous like potato.
Whenever we get great beast parts winter, I basically take half of them and put them in my inventory, so I don't care about those ones.
Okay.
Because, in my defense, I use them for making a lot of stuff. Like Thyri's parachute.
No, I get you.
So, Thyri will try and suss out if they have any significant excess, or maybe if the merchants here would be amenable to more trade with the top side.
You know what? They would probably like to direct you to higher up the merchant chain than these sellers that are on the streets themselves. They can give you the like directions to what is effectively like the internal aquatic villages. In cities there are a couple of them, admittedly. This is the one that's the city, and there are a few that are villages.
Oh wait, I'm taking the Stormbeast's tongue.
Okay.
Yeah, if they could just direct me to their Minister of the Interior, that would be great.
Yep, and then there's
But
going to
no,
be a weird
I guess
Latvian sex situation with the queen. And...
From just normal merchants, Theory's just trying to suss out if they have any significant excess of product down here.
They don't really have excess, and what you're all able to like learn by going along is that sure, it would be possible to set up more fish farms, except there are sections of the water that are less amenable to safe living.
So what you're
although the great
saying
beasts down here
is-
aren't quite as although the great beasts aren't as large down here, and indeed, like there was a very large great beast at one point, and then they will direct you towards a building that appears to be sculpted like rather artfully from carved bone, that what we as people would recognize as like whalebone and such. Like really large ones they banded together to hunt for, but there are smaller groups and colonies of creatures out there in the darker portions of the water and further away from civilization that are relatively firmly entrenched and provide a constant enough danger that extending of food resources has never been a big deal, because they don't like their population pretty much ebbs and grows at the same rate, and they've produced enough food for themselves for an untold 1,000 or so years.
So what you're saying is, I need to murder a bunch of great beasts so that the sea elves can expand themselves into new farms and then trade with the surface to make them viable.
I suppose so. It's possible. It's not super likely that they would do it straight off the bat. Like, sure, they could make money, and that's good for some merchants, but their like economic trade isn't. It's never really needed to be massive. Like over the course of a few hundred years, like someone who spends a coin is probably gonna see that coin again in like 100 or 200 years. Like there is obviously an affably wealthy portion of civilians because they have a set aside amount of money that they don't have to like keep injecting back into this world's economy, such as it were.
Right. Alright, follow-up question. Is there any surface side good that these folks are perhaps envious of that, or that is in high demand down here? Anything like, I don't know, metal items, for instance?
Yeah, give me another persuade test.
Okay. Alright, Thyri, try not to fucking flub it.
Oh, that's fine. You probably won't roll a 1 again. It's only a 5% chance.
There we go.
Okay, there are a couple of rare commodities. One of them is glass,
Makes sense.
which is admittedly, like, although it's not technically a commodity topside, like really good quality glass is, because there's only so much sand. But you can also get ash-blown glass from the volcano, which is typically what most people have, and would be considered a good thing down here. They don't really get glass unless it's from the topside. They don't really have a massive need for metal. Like, coral does the job for weaponry underwater, and if it comes down to heavy construction, then, like, I suppose bone and coral and things like that all do pretty much that job fine for them. So I suppose no, metal isn't in itself high in demand despite its rarity.
So
yeah.
anything
From what you're
other
able
than
to gather.
glass?
Let's have a think here.
I don't
You've got
suppose
precious
like,
gems.
animal pelts are of any value or use down here, so...
No, not in particular. Maybe some meat, but at the same time, like...
Yeah, that's counterproductive for us.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not what you're after making to happen.
No.
Let's see, yeah, like, meat, glass... some kinds of education, I suppose. Like, the sciences of alchemy obviously can't really fucking happen down here, because it's very hard and inconvenient. As well as things like forging. But in general, that means they don't get much exposure to stuff like mathematics or fresh magical theory. Which I have to make sure I pronounce that extra hard, because theory is different from theory.
Yeah, they're about to get a big dose of theory down here.
Maybe, I think they already got more than they wanted.
All right, I've edited primary quest, the Eldritch Cult. We're friends now. We're all friends with the Eldritch Cult.
No, we're not.
Best friends.
No.
Yep. Jeanette and Thyri's mum are now best friends and allies. That is very apt.
Fucking...
I gave you a chance to be there.
Jeffrey Dahmer apologist. That's what you are now.
I literally gave you a chance to be there when Jeanette was talking to your mom, but no, Jeanette had to go around you to do it.
Yeah, she
would
shouldn't
get
have
in
been
the way
talking to
of
her at
she would
all.
get in the way of Jeanette's glorious future for science. I think that you're gonna have to get rid of Thyri. She's gonna stop you.
Yeah.
Don't actually do that. It would be a war.
First off, I'm only doing like one city. It's fine.
Yeah.
Savin can't stop it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
He really can't.
no, I also don't want to. I don't care what you do
Yeah.
over in the free lands or whatever the fuck.
It's
the
fine.
magic of science.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking over our quest just to make sure. Well, we already did the tieflings, so we already freed them. It's
Yeah.
just,
I'm going to try and carve coral.
I'm not gonna
stone-
delete. I'm not gonna delete anything. I'm just gonna do strike through on stuff that we've already done.
Yeah.
All right, we really do need to do Dragon Quest, guys. If we don't do it, the entire continent is going to explode.
What?
Yeah, we know.
No, I'm
we're going to work on it eventually. We have
I'm talking
a
out of character, Christ.
I know, and
I
I'm saying
know.
what?
Yeah, the dragon god. He's like, okay,
No,
you find
he already promised not to blow up our planet.
if we found his daughter.
which we're
if we
going to
just-
do eventually. We know.
Yeah, you keep saying eventually. I'm
and we
just
keep
worried
getting
that
up
he's going to
fucking
get
hijacked.
impatient and just kill us all anyways.
Well, if that happens, then we don't need to fucking worry about it, do we?
Yeah, exactly.
We could just.
If
We have the
fucking
means. We
Dragon
could just
Jesus
do it
gets
now.
mad, it's not like we can do anything about it. We'll get around to his bullshit eventually.
We have the route set up, Stray. We're going to follow it.
Yeah, we've been fucking trying, but things just keep fucking spiraling out of
Yeah.
control.
That's exactly my point. You're like, oh no, we're eventually gonna do it, and then we just keep going on all these other tangents.
Because they crop up and we have to take
Yes,
care of
Scout,
them.
stop agitating us.
Get scowl.
Stop giving us more side quests.
Look, when they offered to let you in, you were like, yeah, 2 weeks is good. You could have said months. Fuckos, this one's on you.
What?
And
Look,
indeed, I expected
that's
you to
on
say, frankly, we've got a lot of shit that we need to do first, but we'd love
I
to
did,
come
but
visit."
everyone said
yeah, and
no.
everyone else ignored you.
But we
yeah.
need the food from here.
Fuck you guys. I tried.
All right, we'll do Dragon Quest after this. How about that, Stray?
Just don't want big dragon men to ruin everything. Because here's what's gonna happen: we're gonna be in the middle of the crux of the campaign. He's gonna show up. Where's my daughter? And then we all die.
Okay,
Okay.
I understand. We're on a time limit. We're going to get it done.
I really feel like we're not at all on a time limit.
No, not really. Not until we're actually really told that we're on one.
Maybe I won't tell you this time.
You
Yeah,
will.
sure. We'll
you
do
want this
Dragon-
campaign to end in a
We'll
successful
do
manner.
Dragon Quest next. After we get out of the city, we'll go find the daughter, and then we'll just follow the route in reverse, basically.
Yeah, that's what we were already planning on doing, but yeah. Alright, anyway, so I guess find glass and teachers from the surface to trade for food.
Yeah, basically. They've got, as far as considered, like, they have scientists and magi, but that's basically the direction of their education, and they are aware that they are being left behind in that regard.
That sounds like a thing Jeanette could help with. Hey, Jeanette, do you want to literally make Rapture?
Oh, fuck.
Well, I didn't want to do it underwater because the great beasts are bigger here.
But
Well, no,
no,
they're bigger
they're
in the
not,
ocean.
though. All the
Yeah,
they're
giant
not.
ones got
Lakes.
hunted down. This is an inland, like, small sea, not the ocean.
No,
Yeah.
I get that, but
Yeah, rapture under here would be quite safe. Yeah, I didn't say that though.
well, no, they still wouldn't work because tower is going to be at the center, and tower
It's true.
can't move.
Tower would get really warm and wet down here.
I
He's
mean,
not fond
tower
of
can move, but he doesn't
He's not
want to
fond of the
move.
humidity.
Yeah.
I mean, being underwater, that's like
Fucking
400% humidity. I mean,
Yeah, it's way too humid for him. So
Yeah, well,
sick of
whatever.
humidity, you guys.
Alright, well, that's me done then, I guess. Just wait for our meeting with the princess and queen.
Sure. But yeah, I believe since the first thing you did when you like arrived in the evening was like, well, I suppose late afternoon, quote unquote, underwater, was to go out shopping and take in the sights and stuff. Probably got like an hour or so or a half hour before you need to, consume more delicious seaweed candy. Or you can,
seaweed candy.
I mean, they look like little chewits, little candy cubes, but they're seaweed. So
Oh, is that the thing that makes us? Is that the thing that makes us breathe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn it! I can't eat it all. I have to not eat it all.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, there is a food market here. Would you like to try and buy some of the local delicacies on your
Yes.
way, back home to the... Okay. Dare I ask how much?
You're talking that you're asking how much food Anna wants to buy.
Yes. They just so you're aware, they deal with... although some foods would be copper prices, that means they just pay in broken silver.
How much? Anna's just okay. Let's see. Anna's going. Okay.
Go spend your two wealth DC worth of cocaine on it.
How much can Anna's just gonna start rifling through her bags, desperately looking for the monies, and she's gonna pull out as a how much can I get for 36 gold?
They will look surprised. At which point they'll ask, "Are you sure 36? That's quite a lot there."
Food.
Okay. Apparently she assumes that, since you're, fancy ambassadors from the Upperlands, that you're like doing some kind of banquet. Apparently, but she will ask you to wait patiently, and she heads to like another stall, maybe a second one, and will speak amongst all of them and see about gathering you a thorough selection of the fishy foods around here.
Yay.
And you receive what is effectively like 2 covered baskets of these like root tuberous ocean potatoes, I guess is the best way to put it. A filled like cabinet of fish. Some of them are still alive, and you are told that they are best had like basically moments after they have been ended. Their scales come away pretty soft, so it's quite easy to do so. And then there are a bunch which are, I suppose they're preserved. Like you're warned that they are like very epically salty. If you try and eat too much at once, it will make your mouth sore.
Oh.
But they are quite nice.
Hmm.
Yeah. You can. I mean, it's more than you can technically carry. Wait, no. I mean,
Look, Wiggles. Look at all the food we've got.
yeah, you can actually basically like carry float these things with your tentacles. Now that I think about it, like their weight isn't a massive concern. So yeah, they hand you like these 2 baskets, and will hand off like a couple of these cases, and your tentacles can hold them on either side. Like for them, it's 2 people. It takes 2 people to carry it, just because it's really awkward otherwise, and they would have to like drag it. But you can like hold it aloft between 2 tentacles. You can do that for a couple of these like filled cases.
And at this point, it just does not look suspicious to any of us. You just know Anna eats a lot.
Yeah, it's just a fucking shit ton of fish and lots of fancy underwater vegetables.
Everyone in town is looking at her like, what?
Come on, Wiggles. Let's go back home
in
and
the
eat
area,
this.
I should say.
Let's go have fun.
Yep. And yeah. you can eventually all return to the Humarium. I suppose since Anna had to stop off and get some food, she's probably going to be like maybe last to arrive, maybe second last, just because Wiggles keeps her like on the right track. Now that you're aware Wiggles has a voice, like she takes care of Anna all the time. Like she is very literally Anna's minder.
Yep.
Huh.
But yeah, you concentrate on tower. Your ears feel itchy. Your ears feel itchy.
She doesn't stay in tower.
No,
I
she's
forgot
not in tower.
Yeah, I forgot that my
Yeah, good luck trying to
Artificer
scry on that fucking thing. Are you insane?
I just wanted to listen to what
no
Tower
question.
was thinking about or talking
Yeah.
about.
Not happening. Clara is snoring. And you can hear like people
sleep.
like casually walking around in the background. Like sounds like a cutting board, maybe people are cooking.
It might be Betty by the time over there. Or she's
I mean it is it's evening. It's probably more like she's just napping before dinner.
Adorable.
Maybe she had herself an orgy.
Jeanette has herself a little squee.
Yay. So Anna arrives. Once like you try and get these inside, like these cases all have very obvious weight, and you're gonna have to get your friends to help you carry it all in. Like you're jacked, but it's also just awkward. Your tentacles themselves can't support these long cases.
I'll give her
what
some
did you
help.
buy?
Food.
FUD?
Yes.
And to be fair, like the cupboards probably weren't stocked in here, so hooray! Now you all can enjoy foods.
Yay.
On looking around, you can see that there is a cupboard that is full of stuff, but it's like preserving things and terrestrial spices from top side that are probably just left over here from fuck knows. But you know, their spices haven't really turned.
They can't grow pepper down here.
Indeed.
How terrible.
They can. I mean, they can grow oceanic pepper and stuff.
But it's not pepper. You don't get that peppery zest.
Such
You
a
never
shame.
know.
Maybe you have to set up a spice trade down here.
Where do we get pepper from?
Probably the Ashen Hold.
Yeah, the Ashen Hold is where
God
everything
damn
comes.
it.
Like for things that are of a more challenging nature to produce, they have like, if you would imagine a topside field, they would have like underside caverns for things like mushrooms and
Pepper.
peppers.
Where the
but the
fuck
thing
does
is,
Jarl
wait, how
Bulgrove
did-
get his money from? What
Where
is
does
our
Jarl
income?
Jarl Bulgrove's income is taxes, protection, and
What does he
light
tax?
amounts of monster hunting. People to live in his land.
Well, where do they
stay
get money?
Are you about to ask me how does an economy work? Because you can go fuck yourself.
How does
All
the
right.
What
economy
are-
work
what-
here
what
if
is
nobody
the
can
need
fucking
for
grow
the-
food?
Well,
The
we
economy
can
down-
grow food.
You
We just
can.
can't grow. We can't. Well, because the contrary to popular belief, Nordic areas can grow food. They just can't grow like the variety that other places can. That's why Vikings went out and conquered places. So my question is, and this is actually a totally pedantic question, but
Sure.
pepper's only grown in like the tropics. Unfortunately, I don't think that even if we could grow it in the Ashen Holds. Oh no! With next to a volcano, we could create a microclimate. Never mind. Carry on.
In fact, and I believe I literally just said there are, if you were to imagine overland fields, there are underland like caves and channels and systems where they can do things like grow peppers and mushrooms and all of that bullshit.
Seriously though, where do our peasants get their money from?
They
get
make
money from
goods and they
like
sell it.
producing services.
That's what the Vikings did. The Vikings literally, because they couldn't grow a lot, they would actually had like successful like trading economy where they just exported honey, tin, wheat, wool fur, feathers, whalebone, walrus, reindeer
Okay, so
antler,
our
amber.
economy is already export-based.
And then they imported
Let's do
stuff
it.
like silver, silk, spices, weapons, blah, blah, blah,
The
blah.
only internal trades are like the productions of things like, although you can get a raw mass of food from one place, people will pay money to get it prepared. People will pay money for alcohol, which is a very big trade, as you would expect.
Yeah.
Because that they will just do fucking wherever they can, whenever they can. There is hunting. There is a limited amount of livestock hunting, but really not much. There are also the productions of just, in general, goods and services that aren't food-centric. There is then the protection of people and the protection of land. And in order to, you know, produce and make a living, you pay tax to your Volgraf, and people don't fuck with your shit, and you can have this land and do things on it. Like an economy.
Okay,
Exactly.
so
Yeah,
again, given that we already have an export-based economy, is there anything that we commonly export that these people fucking want down here underwater?
In the Jarl's
Like our
area?
booze, for instance. Yeah, in the Jarl's area.
Yeah. In the Bulgros area, booze is one of his popular ones.
Excellent. Is that a thing that might be in demand down here? Like, how do they make alcohols underwater?
I feel like I had that discussion already, where
We did.
alcohol is rarely consumed, but it's also considered relatively dangerous to do so because of the odds of making a mistake, inhaling it, and then getting alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, we covered that last
Yes.
session.
Yeah, we actually did have that discussion.
Yeah, that's why we give them, what's it called? O'Doul's. While it's technically so non-alcoholic that it's sold in the
No.
United States as a non-alcoholic beverage, they can just get drunk off of it.
No,
Because it's like
no, what they
25%.
need. No,
No,
just-
they
just-
don't
you just-
need alcohol.
we
is
already
what we're
had-
saying.
We had this discussion. The best way for them to drink it is, in fact, Jello shots.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have to make a tasty like jelly that you also put the booze in.
But other than that, they chew on a special strain of seaweed, which gets them high.
No,
pretty great.
I mean, again, they're also all like elves, and they don't apply to having a massive requirement for vices.
So it's essentially
aside
we don't
from the
have
sexual
anything that they
kind,
really want down here that we can trade
damn
for them.
it.
They aren't all fuck hungry monsters either. I know, rare.
I don't believe
They don't
you.
want our precious metals.
What
They don't
scout-
want our forged goods. They don't want our goddamn booze. And they don't want our vices. What the fuck
So,
can we trade
well,
with these
They
people?
What I'm-
don't
what
need
I'm
anything. They're
hearing-
a self-preservation or whatever the word is, self-serving little ecosystem. They're fine on their own.
I know, but I
Yes.
want them not to be fine. So I can make them give me food.
Sorry. They're also all elves and generally pretty fucking smart if they've managed to make this work for 1,000-something years.
So what Scow's saying is these elves are a proud and noble race. They are not lewd. Good for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're just as inclined to vice as, like, normal humanity, which means, you know, like, we like fucking and it's fun, but also no one is going to get into, like, a sweat lodge Viking fuck sesh like you would get up topside.
So we just
What a
plain-
very boring, erudite society this is.
So we just play nice, we make friends with them, we head back up, and we try a different route for this food quest that you want to go on. But we also need to do dragon quests, so let's try and just play nice with them.
Yeah,
Why
we're
don't
gonna
we just
play
build
nice, and
Why don't we
obviously-
just build a hothouse for food?
Could do. We could make a magical greenhouses. It is possible. I have the science for it. In fact, that was one of the ways of me planning to make my flying city self-sufficient.
Self-suspicious.
Self-suspicious.
AKA Thyri.
I
She's
don't
always
trust myself.
self-suspicious.
Look you.
Back in
Oh
home, we
yeah,
had a
while we're
little-
back at
there
the
was a
house,
room
I will
for
open up. I will open up Prosper, and from him open up the little message tube and see what the fuck
Sure.
this is.
Poor Prosper. Okay. So, let us see here. It appears to be written in code. Do any of you know how to decipher?
Is it thieves' can't kind of code?
No, No, Thieves' Cant is a shorthand language used socially more than written. Well, socially and visually. You can have a Thieves' Cant discussion with hand signs while holding a normal discussion out loud with words. It's very useful like that, but it's not a written language.
Fair enough. Figured I should ask, though.
Yep. Coincidentally, people who have training in, I believe it's forgery and calligraphy, both have the ability to parse secret messages. Parse as in P-A-R-S-E, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
So many of you happen to be rocking calligraphy. That's one of your specialties, believe it or not. Which
Everyone
I kind of like.
looks
I
at
like
Anna.
that. Yeah. Would Anna like
have
to try and
weaving.
decipher the code?
Huh?
Yeah, there is a coded message. It is recorded on like a semi-permeable, venomous kind of paper. With an ink
So
that doesn't
Zan's
quite
his
rub off.
specialty.
Huh? Okay.
Fuck it. Alright, roll me a 1d20.
What do I know?
I don't know. No. They look like they should all be speaky words, but they're none of them really in the right place. It looks like the original language was Elven, which you're pretty sure you understand that usually.
Yeah.
You can confirm for them that it is totally Elven, even though the words are all scramble. But you can't understand it, sadly. It's definitely in code. Yeah, Jeanette can give it a go on decoding it instead.
Can
although
I
she
give
can't
her
speak.
assistance?
Yeah, you can cancel out the disadvantage for not speaking the language.
Oh, I was just gonna ask Anna to try. Okay.
She
And-
tried. She's not capable of parsing. She knows that it is Elven and can confirm that that's what the scribble scramble is, but they are not making up words to her. They are written in code.
Alright, so the three of us together, like me and Jeanette, break the code and Anna translates it into common.
Possibly.
I'm going-
Theory's help can cancel out the disadvantage of not knowing the language.
And I'm going to take the parchment. I'm gonna open up my book and place it atop. Book,
Okay.
help me with this craziness. And I'm hoping that no, you know what? I'm bored. I'm just gonna I can't just hold on to inspiration my entire life. I've held on to this for like 3 sessions. I'll use my inspiration.
That doesn't work.
You can't
What?
use
What do you
ins-
mean?
Like, you're already getting advantage to cancel a disadvantage out. Inspiration doesn't turn it
okay.
into an advantage, sadly.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I did not understand. I was also half paying attention. So can I use investigation or am I using an int check?
It is an int check. You don't have a calligraphy skill or a toolkit proficiency or any of that stuff.
You can't use investigation for stuff like this? I
No,
thought-
investigation is like Sherlock Holmesing a location.
For some reason, I thought it did more than that. All right. Nope.
I mean, it also does trap finding. No, you're having a genuinely hard time with this. You don't speak the language.
I'm gonna take out the letter I have.
Well, it says poring through ancient scrolls for a hidden fragment of knowledge is also investigation check.
Yeah, that's
so like
research.
reading and searching for.
This is code breaking.
It's literally its own skill. It is part of a toolkit proficiency for one of the the two writing-based
Oh,
skills.
I
that exist.
literally didn't know that.
I told you so many times, and you kept ignoring me.
It's true.
Well, whose fault is that really?
Yours.
100%
Yours.
Alright, I take out the magic letter from Archmage Ariana.
Okay.
I'll look at the two of them and see if I can, like, identify any similarities between them.
I mean, that would be an investigation, I suppose.
Okay. See, there we go. Investigate. I assume Jeanette will be helping me here.
Yeah, I'll give you help.
But wait, there is more. Thank you. 25.
Yeah, sure. Can you remember the content of your letter from Ariana?
I don't know if Thyri ever actually read it.
Hmm.
I know she destroyed it the first time. Just fucking paranoid ass.
It keeps turning up. You know what? Yes, it looks remarkably like her handwriting, even.
Huh. See, now we're getting somewhere. Is the letter... Can I perhaps use the letter I have from her previously to help, like, decipher this coded letter? Like, perhaps the letter I've had this whole time is in fact coded.
The letter you've had this whole time is not coded, but it's the same handwriting and it's the same language, Elven. So it can absolutely be used as the cipher to fucking unword scramble effectively this piece of paper for you.
I do the thing.
Yeah, you can, either one of you can make an advantaged intelligence test to decipher this.
Bless, and maybe a bardic inspiration die.
I mean, Jeanette, you know what? Jeanette has an intelligence chest if you want to take a slap on her titties.
Jeanette can slurp on her own titties. Viv, would you like to give us a bardic inspiration die?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So we have 2 kinds of dice on this, and then also Jeanette can slurp her titties or whatever.
I think I had... Hang on, let me...
Ow!
Let me check something real quick.
No.
Pork!
This Kim trying to bite my finger. Stop it.
Okay. So I already put got into my book to like put a +1. Got into like the you know how you can modify your character sheet, and I just basically put a +1 on all int things because it's just assumed that I do that. But I don't think I can do that for intelligence checks. Can I?
Does it not just straight up add it to it?
Where's the attribute options? There we go.
I mean, you can just add it retroactively.
It's just easier if I just always have it added.
True.
And then if Scout just tells me, yeah, you didn't have a chance to drink
yeah, you can actually just go up to attribute options and just put a +1 there.
Yep, pop it in.
Yeah, I found it. Okay. All right. So...
Dog, if you bite me again, I'm going to slap you. I'm going to slap you. I'm going to slap you.
All right. Boop. 23. That is actually me. I've just been typing as Saoirse because Saoirse's been an octopus this entire time.
26.
Well, no. I was going to say she was an octopus, but that's not amphibious.
Good to 30.
She could be a giant crab.
No, I'm 29.
Ow! 29. So close.
Okay. All right. So yes, you are able to unscramblify this letter down into its actual readable form. Would you like to hand it off to Anna for the reading?
Yes.
Sure.
Let's see here. Coded aquatic. No. Aquatic letter. Players.
Leave me alone, dog. Jesus. Good girl. Wish I could show you guys a picture of what Tasha is doing right now. She's jumped up onto the side of my chair and is just bear hugging my arm. Trying to reach my hand. Ow! Trying to reach my hand so she can chew on it.
You know what? I should. You know what? We all need to pitch in and buy Savin a falconer glove.
I need one of those, actually. I can really play rough
she can
with
chew
Tasha
on
here.
that instead of your hands.
Yeah, but dog, get off me. Please. And not a chew toy.
Said, don't be such a cunt in fancy words. I wish.
Ow. Ow!
Bloop.
Bloop.
Changing twist of dialogue between the groups. Thus
Oh.
far, the
Oh.
nation
Oh, wow.
holds are at a standstill, assaulting you. Organized assaults and judges are breaking their neutrality.
Oh man, I found a pair, and I'm so tempted to just buy them for you.
Hmm.
They're made out of elk hide too.
I don't think we should stay down in this place any longer.
There's an old Sahaugen cult down there, renowned for feasting on tieflings. They are not well known above the water. Recommend getting out before you are Okay, see, no, the thing is, we're not going to just, like, abandon ship. Be like, oh no, we are in danger. We should leave. Because, come on, we're adventurers. They eat tieflings. We need to stop this.
2/5 of our party are essentially useless in combat underwater.
It's okay. If anyone tries to eat me, I'm poisonous. Good thing I'm not a tiefling, though.
I should make a test if a monster
like,
bites you, Jeanette.
Who here is actually useless in combat?
That would actually... I am. That would actually be hilarious,
Right.
Scout, because through all the chemicals Jeanette has in her body, her blood is literally toxic.
Alright,
Just
I can turn Jeanette into some sort of, like, megalodon or something with polymorph.
Oh yeah, you could polymorph her into an oceanic dinosaur. That is true.
I have 5 shots before I become essentially useless in combat.
Can we buy you some more coral arrows?
That would not work with the bow because it does lightning.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the issue is the lightning portion of that equation.
Let
wherein
me-
she would kill herself and all of you around her trying to fire.
Alright, can
Which
I
is
give
why I
you my
bought the coral
+1
dagger.
magic crossbow that doesn't do lightning damage?
Probably.
There we go.
I have a crossbow that
Actually,
burns
hold on,
people,
does-
even if it's not, even if it can't burn people.
Does
What-
crossbow work with sneak attack?
Yes,
Yeah, range
it's a
weapon.
range
Yeah, it
weapon.
works.
Hey, Scout.
Yeah.
This is a true burning crossbow. Would it burn even though we're underwater?
I mean, it will deal fire damage when it hits them. You don't like see it ignite or anything. But it
Well, I'm
deals
just
fire
saying,
damage
will it
on
still do?
contact.
Yes.
Is it a +1 crossbow, though?
It's a +2 crossbow.
Okay, yeah, take Jeanette's crossbow, and then I will turn Jeanette into a fucking mega shark.
I'm going to want this back.
Oh yeah, you'll
Yeah.
have it back since we're above water.
I guess I'll just click on it, and you can just copy over everything it does.
Sure.
Is that how it works?
Alright.
Or I guess I could just screen cap this and send it to you.
So is it a light or heavy crossbow?
I can't use heavy crossbows.
So light.
Yeah, you said it's the +2?
Yes. Hang on. I'm just going to...
Don't worry, I'm already adding into
Like-
the sheet using the compendium kind of thing.
Here. Just for reference, I'm going to put it right in our Forks in the North chat.
Just got some more goodies from Hizzy. Real good goodies.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh, Lord.
She's a good artist. I like her.
I am a content papa. It's fucking good art.
Oh my god.
I just want it all up on the fucking walls. And frames.
I am so in love with extra thick Gravane.
There we go.
Yep. Yep.
Extra thick Gravane, you say?
There is a very squidgy Gravane. Just got squish.
My my lust for dragon girls is only second behind my lust for kitsunes. Wow, you do a lot more damage with that than I do.
Yeah, that's sneak attack for you. I'm throwing an extra 5d6 on everything, basically.
It's pretty good right there. Although normally that would have been...
Yeah, I'm doing like 11 and 3. And that's actually a decent roll for me. I rolled a 7.
Yeah, on a maximum roll without sneak attack, Cynthia does 13 with the base damage, and then, you know, the 6 fire. Before adding on the extra shit.
Yeah, I did 12 at max.
Yeah, obviously we need to get you like some kind of syringe gun. That'll do the job for all of your poisons, your toxins, your acids.
Oh. Ooh, actually, we should get blowguns.
Although that doesn't actually work underwater.
Shut up.
I just need to get a harpoon gun.
Shonk. Yeah, I mean, they just have coral weaponry. It's not really all that bothered.
Alright. Well, this makes everything a little bit more dangerous.
You guys apparently are tasty.
Well, Bully always thought so.
Yeah. Yeah, Astra will look immediately smug, as no doubt will Viv and Cynthia. Of course they're delicious.
Thyri will just, like, nom one of Astra's ears. Alright. Were we going to be meeting the Queen tonight, or...?
No, it was going to be tomorrow after a night's sleep.
Okay.
It's okay, guys. Tam doesn't need to sleep.
Yeah, that's a good point, but I still think we should probably take watch as if this cult thing is still going on down here.
Yes.
I have alarm.
Oh, actually, I also have, whatchamacallit? Tiny hut. Just put the tiny hut inside the little humanarium.
Well, no, what we'll do is we'll put the tiny hut inside of the alarm, inside of the Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow.
Inside the humanarium. Alright, yep.
We're turtling, guys.
Fucking come at us, bros.
I'm pretty sure you can't tiny hut indoors. Like, you'd cut furniture in half or something.
Can I not, like, clear enough room for it? It's only 10-foot radius.
Have you tried to clear a 10-foot radius in your room? Any of your rooms, ever?
My room's not even 10-foot radius to begin with.
I mean, I was thinking more like in the middle of the building, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah, in the, like, living, sitting room, which is, you know, it's a lounge with furniture and shit. It would be very awkward.
Fine. But Saoirse doesn't want her sister to be eaten, so she's still going to be casting Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow.
Yeah, sure, I believe that's...
Wait. The atmosphere inside this space is comfortable and dry, regardless of the weather outside. Could I just make a little oxygen bubble out of the tiny hut?
Aww. You suck. That'd be so fucking funny.
I wouldn't allow it in my game either.
It would be the driest water you've ever...
The driest water.
It's all steam.
It's just this water is so dry. It's just so unquenching when I drink it. I'm so unquenched at all times.
Look, Savin, if you did the tiny water, you'd be essentially creating space. Like, there's not enough oxygen concentration. You can push the water out of the way, but there's still no breathable air inside of it.
I know. I was just being silly.
Yeah.
Alright. I guess we'll just have to suffice with,
yeah, can you print up the card for Hoff?
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh, it's up there.
Yep. Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow, and Tam comes from hell. He doesn't sleep.
Yep.
You know who else comes from hell? Ow.
Metal?
Your father?
It comes from hell! I got that reference.
It's probably quite strange when this hearth is, like, initiated, because a lot of, like, the outside of this house's, like, illumination and glow came from sources of light on the inside. So you actually watch the water, like, it's probably quite strange within your, like, dome, like the walls become a bit more reflective to you guys, at least, not to the outside. As the outside area grows darker, light ceases like permeating it as clearly as it once did before.
And
It's probably a little bit
now-
unnerving, but very like cool Jacques under the sea.
And we have now given Titty Bork a +5 to her perception checks on top of everything else.
Oh, you know that place is at? Plus 17.
Oy vey. Okay. Well, yeah. All right then. Sure. If you would like to operate a watch, who wants to watch? I guess you need 3 people or 3 watchers. I suppose.
Jeanette and Tam will take the first watch.
Sure.
Jeanette can see. Oh, actually, Saoirse and Tam, because Saoirse's just going to go to bed, and when she goes to sleep, you can't wake her up.
Yeah.
So she should
she's hard
probably
work
take
for
this
that.
watch.
I can probably take the middle. Middle seems like where a lot of stuff would happen in the middle of the night.
Good Lord, Cynthia is almost a Pathfinder character. Ooh, that's mean.
Oh, come on. I'm not that
Savage.
bad.
Savage. Brutal.
It's
savage
only-
Rex.
It's only one skill like that. If that was
Yeah,
Pathfinder,
if they
she
were
had
all
4
half
skills.
of her skills were 17s, then maybe. I suppose it
So
is
what
telling.
you're saying
like,
is
you are actually
she's
playing
1/4.
Yeah, she's a
1/4
quarter
of
of a
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. Yeah. Like, to be fair, she is playing a skill monkey, which it makes it impressive that she has at
Actually,
least
what you're
one
saying
good
is
skill.
she's a level 2 Hedra character then,
Heck.
Or a level 15 fighter.
or a level 15.
Oh,
Swish!
hey, Scow.
Yes.
Do frogs live down here?
Frags.
no.
Possibly not quite this deep. Like, they'd have to
Wow.
ride like, there are probably like plateaued ledges that are at different stages going into different depths of this water. As far down as you are right now, I'd say no frags, but they're a little bit further up.
Are there any other, like, amphibians down here I can find?
Let's have a look here.
I'd say same thing because they all breathe through their skin.
Okay.
It'd be quite a depth.
Well, there might be some amphibious dinosaurs that could hold their breath for a very long time down here.
I was more hoping like a snail or something, but alright.
No,
That's
they're
not an
waters-
amphibian.
Well,
not
yeah, but
amphibian.
some sort of amphibious animal can hang out underwater and then also go up on land. But
this
I guess
spot.
failing that, I will just look at Prosper and going to cast Animal Messenger on him.
Sure.
Dog, if you bite me, I'm gonna slap you. Slap your shit. Alright.
There might be some salamanders down here. Let's have a look.
Salalanders!
Slamlanders!
Wow.
Yeah, salamanders are amphibious. There might be
Excellent.
some down here, especially because there are like fucking lava vents.
Excellent. I will find a Salamander.
Sure. I have to make a little bit of a perception test to go hunt one out.
Sure. I'll go do that. Perception. But wait, there is more.
Most salamanders
find
are
it.
found in the whole Arctic zone.
Go find yourself an exotilotl.
Fucking, yep, alright.
Not a very stealthy mander.
No, well, this one it happens to have yellow scales, so.
Well, poor
Well,
little guy.
yellow flesh.
Okay, I'm just gonna put a little animal messenger spell on this little mander, and I'm gonna tell it to go say hi to Bully for me, and basically just convey the message of, hey, there's a Sahagin cult that cannibalizes tieflings down here. Also, I'm trying and failing to set up some sort of trade relationship, but these people are fucking self-sufficient assholes. Don't want to trade with my fucking honey and shit.
Sure, your husband can receive your frothing.
Yeah, it'll just be like a frustrated ruse.
Yeah.
And then also, yeah, like cannibalizing tieflings, so we're gonna go probably deal with that. See
Yeah,
you
I don't
soon.
think it's really
Sure.
cannibalizing if they're not the same species, so they're
Yes,
really
it's
just
still
eating tieflings.
cannibalism if you're
No,
sapient.
No, it's
not
predatory
cannibal.
behavior.
Oh my god.
It is by definition not cannibal, Savin.
Good
Yeah,
old,
they literally just eat.
good old pedantism.
Yes.
I know it well.
I love the Swaggin. They're cool and fun. And they worship a really dope blood god.
Corn? Milk for the cornflakes?
No, because corn is boring.
What? You take that back.
Brutal.
I won't.
Corn is the least interesting chaos god.
Corn is so painfully boring. He has no schemes, he has nothing that he does, and all of his champions do nothing but get in fights, and that's their whole story. They're less
Corn's
interesting than dwarves, because at least dwarves are angry when they fight.
He's the fucking strongest chaos god, you prick, but I'll also admit that he's kind of boring.
Yeah,
But he's
you can
also
be-
the strongest,
You
because
can
he
be
lives-
strong and boring.
He lives in the universe called
Superman.
Warhammer, so of course he's the actual strongest.
Yeah, he didn't have to be the most fucking boring, did he? But he somehow pulled it off.
Well, remember, GW wrote him.
Yeah, and GW is bad at everything, so...
Yeah,
If
that was the
Corn-
point.
That was the point. Yeah,
Hey,
it's a fair
Corn
point.
and the Hulk got into a fight. Who would win?
If
Let's
what,
not
sorry?
devote to that.
If Corn and Hulk would get into a fight, who would win?
Oh,
Who
you-
is the
Probably
strongest?
Corn.
First
Whoever
of all,
drew the comic.
Korn
First-
would make Hulk into his champion. That's
First
what would
of
happen.
all, Hulk is
Oh.
not on the same plane because Korn can only exist within the Immaterium.
Oh my god. Alright, I send the Mander off and then go to bed. Fuck.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got to.
The Mander, if anything, looks like a little bit irked because it has to carry a message of just frothy theory. Like, it's got no facial expressions, but it almost feels like this, like, you know, pale, yellow, squishable Slamalander is looking at you with judgment before it battles off.
You don't judge me. You don't even have a fucking brain bigger than a thumbnail. Mm.
Just say to it as it, like,
Yeah.
scampers off.
You're just upset that she's being judged by a fucking overgrown newt.
I say
So
these
it's
things, though, as, like, just Theory's perceptions. Like, it fucking isn't judging her at all, ever. But I really do enjoy playing to the idea that her brain just perceives this extrasensory shit.
Yeah, totally. And then she's gonna go have a, nice evening conversation with God, and then she's gonna go to bed.
Yep. And there is a delightful fish meal as well that is prepared. Do you want to try and cook it?
I guess Thyri will cook it for everybody else, but she'll just eat, like,
I'll-
seaweed or something.
I'll give you a badge.
They have predators.
No,
Potatoes
just
are
get.
gross, though.
All she does is just get a kappa roll. She just eats vegetarian sushi underwater.
I mean, kappa rolls are nice enough.
I'm
Dude,
an
I like
amazing
pepper
chef,
rolls.
I'll have you fucking know.
Oh yeah, it's
Just
fucking great.
Just like in real life.
It's true.
So yeah, you're able to make yourself like a like you have upland spices to use on your food when you're cooking it down here. Like they appear to have these, for want of a better phrase, like hot plates that you can use to do things like boil clear water in. Put in pots and boil clear water in pots, and then put in the foods, and then it seems to like plump up all of these tuberous veggies, so that then you can be like sliced or mashed or whatever the fuck you want. And then yeah, sushi. Lots and lots of fish. Anna, you bought so much fish. You are able to gorge like crazy. And I think Wiggles will consume an entire live fish, like a fucking 3-foot long tuna.
Wow. 5 foot?
3
Sure.
foot, 5 foot. Okay.
I think I misheard, but okay.
Yeah, 3-foot long tuna. But
Still bigger than she
you-
is.
Yeah, it is. Still bigger than she is. And you'll just watch her, like, just norm, just starts from the tail.
Bones and all, huh?
Yep. Bones and all. You don't hear any, like, crunchy noises. She's just going, meow, 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 and it's just disappearing gradually.
Okay then.
And then when it's gone, there is a hiccup and a burp and a squeak.
Whales.
It's okay. It's a compliment in our culture now. That's what Bulgriff says anyway.
Oh, Wiggles is all full now.
Yep. Wiggle seems pleased, and will just flop on an Anna and enter a brief food coma.
I'm gonna give her a hug. Gonna hold her.
Tish and Mrs. Food Comas.
Yeah, I was about to say. I remember when my familiar had food comas.
Ooh, I'm
Did
gonna
he
go get
fucking
one of
die
those.
from
He's
it?
still
He
He
died
still
in
does
that
it.
fight.
he still has food comas. It just takes a lot longer and a lot more money.
He has food comas. He just doesn't die at the end of them.
I'm going to grab one of those fish, and I'm gonna whack it on a table to kill it, and then eat it right away.
Yarm yarm yarm.
I'm just going to get one of the fish.
It is fucking delicious.
Add some deadly poison for seasoning and eat it.
You are reminded briefly of like fishing back home. The fish is a little bit sweeter, and it wasn't it wasn't brought out of like an ice cold fish lake, but it's very similar in quality, especially since it's this fresh. As fresh as if you'd caught it out of an ice lake. It's very homely.
Thyri should try some of her own cooking. Why don't she ever try it?
Because
She's
it's
a better
always with
match
meat
for
and fish
Arian.
and shit.
But everyone knows fish isn't real meat.
Just
Fish
don't.
have feelings.
Just don't.
Do they?
eat-
I don't
Yes.
think they do.
Have you
They
ever
do.
stared into those cold, dead eyes?
Fish are ugly and
Like a
delicious,
doll's
Theory.
eyes.
I'm sure they are delicious, but they have feelings, and I don't want to hurt them.
What are you talking about?
You
They
are
don't
the-
have feelings. They don't do anything like the sort.
Jesus Christ.
You are the worst.
Oh my god, are you trying to change her vegetarianism into a pescatarian?
Okay,
Maybe just a little.
let's not go into that.
Yeah, let's not.
Well, I don't know. Like, there's a big persuasion test. Are you trying to get Thyri to at least try a bite of fish?
Yeah, just try a little bite. If you really don't like it, you don't have to read it again.
Goddamn, I feel like I should get some kind of giant bonus for this from being.
You've literally never done it before, and no one is really helping her pressure you into eating. So I'm going to say, like, the DC is probably still only like 15 to resist.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is like trying to change one of their core character traits, and I don't think it should just be done with a roll. Okay, I guess it's gonna just be done with a roll then. Whatever.
Something.
I mean, it
something
became-
I'm
advantage,
just saying, she
something.
only has to try a bite. If she really doesn't
It became a very unlikely roll, and you're very good at making people do stuff. It would be untowards for me to not make the opportunity there.
Alright. Thyri will just squirm and say that it's gross and nasty, and that. But if it's already dead anyway, and it's just gonna sit here or get eaten by squiggles, she will try one little bite.
All right.
And then she's also part dog now, so it's delicious.
Well,
Wait.
that's for cats. The
Alright.
contest.
Dogs like
I was
meat
about
too.
to write contest for vomit. Yeah, but classically, dogs like red meat and cats like fish.
I mean, Tasha would like to beg to differ, but yeah,
But
Thyri
no,
will
no,
Yeah.
I also
barely
like
restrain
some
herself from
whatever.
throwing up, and then just kind of push it away. Say, that's really gross.
Why are you making Thyri throw up? Why would you do this?
That's okay. I didn't.
You're not
throw
supposed to be that shade. Would you like any of my delicious poison topping?
No.
What? Oh.
Huh?
And listen, you only need to take a little bit at a time.
If you
What?
really don't want to do it, you don't have to do it, Theory. I was just making a.
She's done it now. It's too fucking late.
Yeah. Thyri took a tiny little bite and made herself not throw up, and then just said, "No, it's gross, but thanks," and just pushes it away.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys enjoy it, though. I enjoy cooking, even though it's still kind of gross to me when I use meat.
You're really good at it. Your food's really good.
Thank you.
Norm. And yeah, Anna, as usual, eats a shonen anime character's worth of food.
I used to just eat like nutrient paste. Then Kalara got real mad about it.
And then I think I'm going to curl up with Wiggles and sleep. Just
Yep.
right there.
They just curl up at the table.
Thyri will put a little blanket over Anna.
No. You are given a tiny little snoop boop from a tentacle tip.
No.
It's probably boops.
You sure it wasn't Thyri?
No. One of her tentacles is named Thyri, not
Yeah,
Thyria.
Thyri.
That's really
Oh.
the fun thing is that it's actually named you correctly, even though you are Thyria.
Of course.
But yeah, Thyri boops you on the snoot.
Okay.
Delicious. Yeah. And everyone will be able to go through their checks of the night.
Who's on first watch with? Was anyone other than Saoirse and Tam on first watch?
I think we only had one person on
No.
each watch.
I guess Thyri will take first watch with you. Ow.
I just say that because my dice are, I mean, they're great. They're just super great.
Sure. Give me some perception tests, please.
All right.
I will just assist because my perception is also ass.
So that's a 30 for Saoirse. And Tam. Where's perception on the sheet?
If it's not there, it's just a wisdom check.
But he has proficiency in perception. Oh, perception +5. There we go. Perception +5, and then that is a 5, 6, 7, 27 for Tam.
Jesus.
Tam always has advantage on perception because he has keen hearing and smell. But Saoirse got advantage.
You can't hear or smell through through this globe, actually. I would say this is a rare occasion where that advantage definitely, physically, possibly can never come into play.
Tam
What
can't
about
hear?
sight?
It's literally easy to hear underwater.
Yeah, but he's hearing literally everything. It's indeed, you're correct, but it's the opposite problem.
Yeah, but it's still a 27.
Yeah, it's still a 27. He's fine.
And Saoirse has a 30.
Why is it a +5 again?
Because
shadows
of the hearth of moonlight and shadow.
Oh.
Big buff. Although I believe it's creature-specific perception.
Nope.
Did it say up to 9 selected people?
It says within this area, you and your allies get +5. It's not 9 selected people. It's everyone. Selected people is Theory's dome thing.
Yeah.
I straight up get, if you're within this 30-foot radius, all allies and yourself get a +5 wisdom perception checks. Made
Okay,
to
then.
detect creatures. Well, made to detect creatures. But, you know, that's literally what we're trying to do. Here, I'll just post the card again.
No, I get you. I scrolled up. I saw it.
All right. There are a number of occasions during the night when you think that there is someone vaguely watching you.
She's just gonna make the point at eyes, point at them thing. And then points at Tam, and Tam just kind of breathes out a little bit of flame.
Yep.
And then Saoirse's gonna go to bed. Ain't no one gonna eat my sister. Humph.
Humph, harumph.
Alright. Tam doesn't sleep, so he's gonna be on all the watches. But
Sure.
who's gonna
All
be
right.
on second
Who has
watch?
the second?
I do.
With
Who else wants to
Astra.
join me?
Sweet. How distracted is Cynthia from her perception test?
That's a good question.
I feel
say
like
should...
with literal life and death on the line, they probably
Ahem.
wouldn't.
Floor. Gallons of hormones.
All right, make a
Yeah.
wisdom save versus
Yeah.
actually trying to get in your pants. It's okay.
wisdom save, you say.
Yep.
DC 12. Okay, you're fine.
Yeah, all right. You were able to keep Astra from trying to bump fluffies with you.
All right. So Tam
Sorry,
only
not
got a
tonight.
13.
So is it a sight-based check we're going with this time?
Yes.
All right. I still have advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So 31.
31. Again, like, this globe gets attention even in the midst of the night. And I believe during second watch there are a couple of people who you can see, like, so this is like example image up here, like you've got these yellow domes. There are a couple of people who have like it seems to be basically carved, hollowed out pearls or something. Make these like orby sphere shapes. And they're taking them off of some pillars that go down the street that this building is adjacent to, and you can see it. They're little glowing seaweed and coral formations. They swap the formations out and put a fresh pearl over them. Not a flesh pearl. No one is getting laid in the second watch.
Oh yeah, that's really good. I'm going to use that in my next scene.
Thank you. Yeah, it would appear during second watch is when a lot of the like just city maintenance is done.
Okay,
And the
so
water is a
nothing,
bit cooler.
so nothing too crazy out there. There's not really like some eyes in the
Party.
dark or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there are eyes in the dark, but that's just because eyes pick up light and you're underwater. And for some reason, your building, the reason being the Moonlight of Hoff, is your building isn't like emanating as much light as it should that goes out into the street. But yeah, you definitely still draw a few eyes, but no biggie.
Yeah, nothing too malicious. That's fine. All right, looks like our watch is coming to an end. Now we can have fun time.
Woo.
Yay. You are balked up.
You better not get borked up.
No, I'm still taking the tea for that. We're not having that kind of thing happen yet.
Good.
You get
Not
hecked,
until
in the
winter.
buns.
We can try it salamander
Salamander
style.
style, yeah, salamander style.
In the Nurgle hole.
Jesus.
Yeah. And who's got third watch?
I
Me,
do.
I think. Oh. Okay
Well,
then.
there's 2 people, Winter.
Yeah.
You can do it as well. You don't have to, but third watch is final watch.
Okay.
Yes.
And
my
Jeanette
robe
has
of-
bardic inspiration for this.
I also have the robe of eyes, which means I have advantage on all sight-based perception
Yep.
checks.
You can see like fucking crazy, and also you can see deeper out into the water than anyone in your party.
And I just-
And I can see into the ethereal plane. Come at me.
Jesus.
Yep.
I just checked. A bard cannot receive their own bardic inspiration.
What?
Some bards can. Some bards
didn't
can in
help.
fact hype man.
Guys, didn't help. I have ship
It's
perception.
fine. You got like a 15.
Add a d6.
15.
Plus D6.
Do I roll the d6 or does the
Yep,
person
you roll
caster
the d6.
Okay. I expected
Nice.
that. 16.
You fucking.
All right, and then one.
I have
from
a
Tam.
16, and then Tam has at 15, 13, 5, 16, 18, and then Viv. Oh, Viv got a 9 and 2. Never mind.
Yeah.
So 18, 15, and 13. 14, sorry.
Yeah, it says choose one creature other than yourself.
Huh.
So do we pass muster with an 18 is the question.
Let's have a think here.
Because
so at some point, it's roughly that time of night when Anna wakes up from her food coma, and there's like a half asleep Wiggles propped up and like holding onto both of her horns before being transferred to the papoose. Kina.
Kinathis!
I'll miss that guy.
Ah.
There you are. You've awoken from your food coma in the third watch.
I'm kind of hungry again.
Jesus.
I'm gonna go grab a snack, and I think I'm gonna look out the windows.
You're gonna look out the windows. Yeah, sure. Give me a perception test. You have +5 because of the half of moonlight and shadow. Fucking wow.
Just savants it.
Yep, as expected. So you're like, you're looking out there and you're thinking of food, and for a moment you swear you spotted that looks like a really big fish for eating, until you realize that fish has arms and legs and a trident. They seem to have noticed that you noticed them, and they very quickly swim away. They bolt away at a speed that you've not seen a person move out under here yet. But to be fair, every aquatic owl is moving very casually.
It's a big fish.
It's a big fish, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're the only one to make it
Hi,
out
big fish.
properly.
Bye, big fish. I'm gonna wave at it. And then I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go outside.
Sure. I take it you're grabbing a seaweed cube before you do so. Or in fact, Wiggles will grab one and pop it in your mouth before you forget.
Ow.
And yeah,
I'm
you can
gonna
go out for a little night swim.
And I get another one.
The next one? Sure. She will hold on to the next. She will keep the extra one for you so that you don't eat it immediately.
That's a good idea.
She's very smart.
Oh, this place is so pretty.
It
All the
is.
lights
It is
everywhere.
beautiful at night. Like the sun isn't illuminating the water currently, so it's just this elegant, just almost crystalline, beautiful place. It's
Look at it sweat.
lit up by seaweed and lichen and glowing coral swarms.
Oh, look at it wiggles. It's so pretty outside. Oh, it is nice.
Sweet.
I know, swimming and exploring.
Sure. You want to leave it to random chance, or are you looking for anything in particular?
This is such a new place. I don't really know. This is such a new environment that I think it's just going to go all over the place.
Okay, cool. Roll me a 1d20. Big bike's going past. Very annoying, loud, big motorbike.
Yep.
Oh my god, there's finally cloud cover. Of course, it's
Yay!
it's that special color of cloud that means it's going to be another storm. Let's face it.
Hey man, storm's better than nothing.
3.
Okay. You go out on this walk, and you walk swim, and there is a canoodling couple. They are having a lewd old time, across a bench lit by this overshining of yellow coral. They seem to be quite into it. They're probably young for elves.
Look at that. Wiggles, be quiet. Be very quiet. We don't want to disturb them. Oh my gosh.
You blurble. And Wiggles will blurble squeak back at you.
Do we actually spot Anna going out on a walk?
I mean, it's hard not to miss it, so yeah, you see her go out for a swim.
I'll quietly tag along.
I'm definitely sure. Okay, can I get a stealth test from both yourself and also one from Anna? Yeah, alright, you do not alarm the canoodling couple, and they will make sweet, sweet love in the moonlight.
Just want to figure out where Anna goes on these walks.
On this occasion, it could literally have been fucking anywhere. She likes to
Pretty
explore,
much.
and the night is pretty.
I can't see the stars down here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still pretty anyway. It's like all the lights are little stars anyway.
Yeah. Say, Pets, do you remember what happened last time? You were like, I'm just going to go outside while I know it's meant to be dangerous out there.
Oh, God!
Roll me 1d20.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah, that tiefling went outside in the middle of the night. Okay, you're fine.
Why?
Shark man don't cometh. But good job on the survival instincts, Pat. Anna is very much not appetizing to random shark people, and could probably take them in a fucking fist fight.
And
Viv,
we'll
however-
probably eat them in a fucking fist. It'll be the reverse of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Ooh, delicious fishy.
Oh, it's a shark,
Viv
man.
can
That shark
thunderstep
is
really far, guys.
You can't thunderstep underwater because you can't do the verbal components underwater.
Blah blah
Fair
blah.
enough.
Oh
You could
god,
try and
wait.
blebble step.
We can't cast spells with verbal components?
I mean, you can make preparations to do so, but that seaweed doesn't let you. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, so it changes how much you want to be underwater, doesn't it?
Look, I mean, it doesn't matter. It sure makes me like this less. It's okay, I'm sure I have some spells that don't have verbal component. I have
No,
Minor
you probably
Illusion.
don't.
And
Minor illusion, and that's it.
Hypnotic Pattern.
Yeah.
And that's it. I have 2
Oh,
spells.
Yeah, underwater fucks over everyone.
Yep. It's okay, I too have a crossbow.
It makes me wish I had that fun. Sometimes I wish I had that the
The were-tiger thing.
subtle meta magic.
No, subtle meta magic, yeah. It's very useful for being underwater. You just
Yeah,
spend
suddenly.
meta magic points to just do shit. Yeah. You are not abducted, thankfully. And also, I don't know. I take it you're not going to get close enough for Anna to have to make a test. You're just keeping her vaguely in eye shot.
Right.
Disadvantaged perception, please, Kina.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for like double crits or some shit. No, okay, yeah, you don't see the stealthy tiefling who follows after you. And hip hip hooray! Yeah, your night walk ends in watching 2 very pretty young elven figures smash. And Viv, your night ends in watching Anna watch 2 pretty young elven figures smash. It turns out that when
Nice.
Anna goes outside, she likes to watch.
Apparently.
Yeah. And yeah, with that, your night underwater will come to an end. Yeah. Who watches the watchers? Apparently Viv.
Yes.
Yeah. You return to the dome of fun, comfy times.
Oh, to make it even more meta, Viv also likes to be watched.
It's true. What you need is for Viv to be watched while watching someone watch. You're set. Although I think if that many people are watching, there's probably a cucking being involved at the same time. I don't know. Just saying.
I mean, at some point, the whole entire like square graph.
Yeah,
or whatever, it just intersects.
yeah, there's got to be a crossover in the Venn diagram of boner shenanigans.
Alright, guys, I had a great idea.
Yeah?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get like a fishbowl diving helm, and I'm going to put a straw through it so that I can suck in water, so that I can breathe that water. And when I need to cast a spell, I stop sucking on the straw and just bellow the words into the helmet, and then cast the spell, and then resume breathing through the straw.
You
one
know
problem.
what? Give me a dexterity test. First of all.
Can you even fit
One
your
problem,
head into
Savin.
one of these
Yeah.
things?
That straw is gonna let water into your helmet.
That's fine. It's only when I'm not sucking on the straw, and then I'm only going to be doing that when I cast spells. So
But
give me
Savin,
a
when
dexterity
you
test.
cast a
okay,
spell, that
I got a
water's going to get
15,
into
but
your
wait,
helmet.
there's more. Shh. 18.
Okay, so it is very awkward. You can totally do your verbal components, but now you can't use your hands to gesture with because they're busy trying to keep this helmet from escaping when you alternate between sucking and speaking. And also, you're speaking with a lung full of water, which makes
Blech.
verbal components difficult in and of themselves, and yes, will gradually fill up your helmet.
But wait, what if I strap the helmet to myself with rope?
I suppose that's fine. However, there is the risk that someone can make you float.
Okay, that's fine. I'll soak that risk so that I can cast spells if I need to use this fucking retardo vision contraption.
Also, there isn't any quality glass, so you'd have to use a semi-permeable, like semi-see-through pearl that's been hollowed out, which is what a lot of these globes and spheres are made of. So you will not be able to see much for fucking shit.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. So people are going to have to escort the mostly blind Thyri while she sucks water through a straw as though or a breathing tube.
We're not doing this
Try and
right
do
now.
verbal
This is just for when we go
components.
fight the cultists.
Okay.
Why not just leave the cult be and then leave?
Because they're eating tieflings.
Yeah, but there's no tieflings down here except for us.
Yeah, but it's
What do you think happened to the last tiefling enclave that was down here?
Yeah, exactly. This quote-unquote war against them. Uh-huh.
So
Scout,
make
didn't we
tieflings
literally
down here.
just ask you not to do an Agatha? I thought that was a thing we literally just asked.
Look, what I gave you was a hey, you should get the fuck out of here situation.
And I want to, but everyone else
Then stop blaming me!
what?
Look at the rest of your fucking retard friends!
I've been trying to get us out of here from this cult thing. That's what I've been saying as well.
You triggered them, Scout. Why?
To be fair, I triggered Savin.
You put in there's a threat directly involved with tieflings, therefore we must fix it immediately.
But
Yeah.
we don't need to fix it. We just tell no tieflings
There
to
are
go
no
down
tieflings
here.
that live down here anymore.
Yeah, they're all gone mysteriously.
Ultimately, it's Scout's fault that my character's wearing a fucking bubble helmet sucking water through a straw.
No, that's your fault.
Can we please?
That's your fault.
You're right. How foolish of me. I also shouldn't have thought up such a stupid idea as trying to speak in a bubble helmet, too. That was dumb. Why would I think of that?
Jeez.
I love you guys.
My
For
cat's
fuck's sake.
looking at me like I'm mad.
You are.
Yeah, Tosh is just staring at me like, the fuck, Papa?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
yes, it would be very awkward to do so, and I don't want to be blamed for adding someone when really all you have to do is rein in your one, rebooker.
Do
It's
you
not a
know how hard
rewalker, it's a
that is?
rebooker.
You know how hard
Let's-
it is to rein that one in, though.
Let's just go to the queen and princess or whoever, talk to them and leave.
All I came down here to do was get fucking food, but now there's goddamn cannibals.
Well, I mean, you came down here because
They're
you were
not
invited.
cannibals, they're predators.
Whatever, you fucking pedants.
If you really want to fight them, then we can try to draw them onto land where people can actually fight. But until then, let's just get what we
Okay,
wanted
that's a much better
here
idea.
done.
Let's do that. But later.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I guess if you wanted, we could spend one night with Viv twerking towards the ocean. Hopefully they'll come and try to bite.
I mean, it's hard to resist that kind of bait. But
Yeah, you could just sit up to the waist in water at night and just wait.
Right? It's actually not as dumb a plan as you'd think
No, it
because I
really
can
is
cast
not.
alarm in front of her.
Yeah, it's
So
really
we
not a
would-
bad idea.
So we'd know when they were coming, and I can even make it so telepathically lets us know.
And you know what? I think she would honestly enjoy being put up on the sacrifice
say.
post. Like she would fucking
Yes.
love to be tied to a post and left there naked for the fish people. Like, oh no, please don't eat me.
Thunderstep. Boom.
So, all right, let's get what we want done here.
Understand.
Try to lure them onto land and kill them all. If it doesn't work, we leave.
okay, let's do that.
There,
Alright.
compromise.
You could also,
Yes, which is what we've been saying.
We could also not.
you could also do the thing that you just had to do, which was talk to royalty, and then prepare instead of literally go. All right, we've learned that there's a cult, and now I must figure out these ways to fight someone underwater, because that's apparently the only thing you can think of.
Or
We're adventurers.
not.
Fight them
Which
on
is what
land.
I've been trying to
Yeah,
say. We
exactly.
get out
Yeah,
of the
you're right.
water.
Killer 7 is coming
Which
to
was
Steam.
which was my entire point. So let's go ahead and do this. spend one night trying to do that, and then just put it on the docket, tell Thyri's mom about it, and then move on.
Yes, straight.
You
I agree
could,
with you
yeah. There is that. There is
entirely.
also the fact, yeah. You could actually try and outsource the matter of killing a rival cult to your mom.
Yeah, not that hard. Just, oh, hey, these, you think slavery's bad? Well, these guys eat tieflings. And I don't have time to deal with this because I have, like, 1,900 fires to put out elsewhere.
Fine.
Yes, we have to go track down a god. That should be first priority.
You know what? Just to give you time to be max level Spurgy for another week, I believe that's what we're going to call this session.
No,
Spurgy.
son of a bitch.
Yep.
No, there's an old saying about choosing your own battles, guys.
Yep, there is. And I gave you ample opportunity. In fact, I've given you multiple opportunities this session to learn things that you needed to learn and then also get the fuck out unnoticed or, you know. Yeah. It's so, like, legitimately because, say, Thyri was very, very obvious. The immediate risk was put on Viv when she went out after Anna that night. And it would have been absolutely Thyri's fault of being like, "Go!" the thing put in her hand.
Derp, derp, derp.
Derp, derp, derp.
Look, no one would have ever blamed Thyri for that. It would be fine.
It would have blamed me.
Yeah.
Turtle up and leave. Also, yeah, the winter survival instincts aren't great.
Flesh-eating people.
It was funny, though.
Death blizzard.
Are you sure you don't have the flaw, I have no care for my own survival on there?
Doesn't she have the opposite now that because of Jason's death, she wants to actually make her life mean something?
Yeah.
I mean, she wants to do that, but, I mean...
That doesn't mean
survival
she's capable
instincts
of it.
are not, yeah, like, it can absolutely be
You
your
have to put
bonds
that on
to
my
try
flaws.
and achieve something you aren't great at.
Alright, well,
Yeah, your
if
flaws,
that's
I have
the
my
end of the
Alright,
session, I'm gonna go, I guess, make Tasha run around a bunch so she stops biting me! Fucking bitch.
Thanks
I'm
for
gonna-
running, Scout. It was a lot of
Yes.
fun.
Yeah, my pleasure. Sorry that it was a late one, but on the other hand, Deadpool 2, very fun.